Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Speed Gaming. Hello, speedrunning randomizer fans. Hello, Super Metroid fans and Link to the Past fans. Two of the best games I think that have ever been created, and some wonderful people decided to slap them together and give us an awesome show. And then other even awesome more people created a tournament for us to enjoy as the night goes on. So that's what we are here to do. We've got tonytyoung versus Flipheal in game two. Game one was a close one, but tonytyoung taking out the first win. My name is Papa Schmo, and this is my very first ever SMZ3 commentary. I was actually in this tournament, so I know some, good enough knowledge to hold my own. I did take one win, but I am going to be looking to the chat to help my knowledge along as we watch our runners take on this seed. Will it be a good one? Will it be a trolly one? We are not sure, but our runners are going down to the hut of Sahasrarashtra guy that no one can ever pronounce the name of, to see what is behind door number one. So let's take a look, and it seems like it is nothing special. So a quick save and quit for our runners. Tony T going back to the crib, back to Link's house. We'll see if Flipheal decides to do the same and says, "No, I'm gonna go check out Sanctuary. I'm gonna do the old trusty run into the woods and probably up to the town of Kakariko." But we did have a mushroom, so that is of note. The one item you can get with that. Meanwhile, we're gonna go visit Gramps on Tony T's side. See what we can find. Oh, an early ice rod. That's an interesting one. That's obviously needed for some things in the game. But as far as its utility goes, I haven't seen, or I guess personally, had any like other uses for it. There are some pretty cool strats I've seen some people do with an early ice rod, but we'll see. We'll see if any of that shows itself today. I am pulling up the Twitch chat here just so I can get that awesome knowledge from you awesome folks. Didn't have it up before, but we are all set up and ready to go now. So, nothing super substantial has been found at the moment. Flipheal's just snagging a ton of rupees off that crab. I think it's a crab with a bush on top of its head. We're gonna call that guy Phil tonight. That's gonna be Phil the crab. And it's going to do, again, already racked up 280, 300. I did not know this thing was that lucrative. I guess, I don't know if it probably doesn't always drop red rupees, but really doing some work to make sure we got enough for the Deuterino and Kakariko, as well as some other stuff. It's random when it drops. All right, good to know. But it will, I guess, will just continuously drop and drop and drop until it dies. It's such a giver, that crab. Let's see. A couple of power bombs. Usually in a Super Metroid randomizer, which is more my cup of tea. I do love SMZ3, but I've had a lot more experience with SM Rando. When you find power bombs and super missiles, you're pretty happy. And SMZ3, they kind of tend to be pretty. Every now and then you'll have to run around and find those things, but a lot of the time, and a lot of the seeds that I've experienced, they're pretty plentiful. You're not usually looking around for that too often. So let's see. We're getting our first look at the basement here in whatever this house is called. More red rupees, just because there's more of those plentiful. Oh, we do have silvers. That is a nice one to have early. It makes a lot of the boss fights look like a cakewalk. So that's not going to throw that one out of bed for sure. Kind of like some of the early items that you might see that you might raise an eyebrow to. I think in the last seed that I watched, speed booster and screw attack. When you can't really find any progression items in Link to the Past, keep wanting you to go visit those one or two items that you can reach with those items. And there we go. There's our speed booster, as we were just saying. So if we don't find any, both of our runners are obviously going to get that speed booster, but if we don't find anything else, ooh, our first sword. Okay, this seed is a giver so far. We like to see it for the most part. Don't want our runners to suffer too much. I mean, obviously trolling seeds are kind of fun to experience all around, but we don't want one that just turns our runners' brains to mush. So early silvers. We got a sword, and we'll see what else. At least we're not trying to fight all the bosses with hammers and such. That was a fun seed I ran into as well. But yes, we haven't seen any supers yet. Plentiful power bombs. Obviously, the hunt for morph is always a thing. Where is the seed going to put morph? Is it going to hide it off into some crazy corner of the nether realm? Or is it going to give us to us relatively early, giving us more choice on where to go? Flipheal deciding not to do the check on this item, just to go over there and do the maze already. I've seen this a lot. Obviously, just boosting over there, especially when you have boots, is pretty quick. But I guess the chances that you might get something over here are, I guess, high. So you just want to go check it anyway, because trying to go all the way back is time lost. Just gonna bet on not having to do. But all we found was a heart piece. So we are going to save and quit and head on up to Hyrule Castle on Flipheal's side. See what's going on over there. Tony T already visited Gramps. I know he's your uncle. I just call him Gramps. Don't know why. It's a fun one to say. But I don't think we've been inside Hyrule Castle yet. Tony T looking with 2 bombs, looking to go down to visit I guess not Swamp Palace, Light World Swamp Palace. We're just gonna have fun with names here tonight, folks, because there are so many things in Link to the Past, and I've just got them in my brain, let alone the names of them. So we're just gonna have to bear with me on the dam. All right, right on. I may just end up making up names, and then we'll just either have fun with them or laugh at me a little bit, or I'll learn something, and we'll all be better for it. Oh, is that the ice rod kill on Flipheal's side? There we go. I was just talking about utility of early ice rod, and it's just straight iced that guard with the ice rod. So there we go. Eating my words and learning something new. And this mini Moldorm cave is definitely a new check that we're going to find. 5 items in this cave. You usually get something. You usually hope for something here. 5 items, right? There's got to be something. Well, we got a blue mail, which is great. You know, everybody likes some extra armor, but still no big progression items here. Still hanging on to that mushroom. Could definitely be holding something off in there. We still have our speed booster. Could be holding progression in Super Metroid, but taking the walk all the way back to Brinstar for a couple of items when there are so many in Link to the Past just feels a little rough. Don't want to do it, but if the seed says so, it will be done. Ice Cave, just 10 arrows. And I think we'll see. Flipheal's probably going to go do many more of them as well, but there is the one check over in Desert, the little bomb cave. I still don't know how to do this. Like I can do fake flippers, but I still haven't learned how to do what Tony T just did with the ability to just walk on the water here. Really, really helpful to get these. These are out of logic checks, and there is the out of logic morph ball. So I don't imagine that Flipheal won't do the same thing. Both of these runners are pretty skilled as far as I watched them last night. So I don't imagine that out of logic check is going to be something that Flipheal does not do. But as of now, Tony T in a little bit of an information lead on being able to delve far into Super Metroid and potentially find some more things to progress a little bit further on. But we'll see. Mr. Angry Pants throwing in the knowledge. I will certainly give that a go when I have some sweet SMZ3 time. For me, it's the getting the ability to have enough hours in the day. I've got full-time job, 3 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, and a partridge in a pear tree, and sometimes I just don't have that much time to dedicate, be able to sit in one place, unfortunately. But the times that I do, I'm very, very feel fortunate to do that. Nice little bonk off the wall on Flipheal's side to hop over the gap there instead of running all the way back down. Little optimizations like that, like you could just watch these runners and tell that they've honed their craft and their knowledge to be able to just have little time saves like that, and all that stuff really adds up. On a good seed, we're gonna see 2 to 3 hours with these runners. For me, it's still like 3 to more likely 4 hours. So it really in for a treat with these semifinals and quarterfinals and finals matches. Like this competition here is really, really stiff and really awesome. Yeah, the title does seem off on the stream. I'm not sure who might be listening, who might be able to fix that. I am not able to do such things, but we'll give that up to the gods. Flipheal about to find the morph ball. We'll see what Flipheal decides to do with that. Looks like we're gonna get a dip into Eastern. We don't have the bow, so we can't go all the way through. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Tony T can. Well, both of them now can get into a lot of Super Metroid, but I think deciding to grab the quantity of checks still left in Link to the Past before venturing over there, which I believe makes sense. I am curious where the flippers are, going to be, because that's our logic to morph ball. So if we don't find them here, then the seed meant us to do some funky stuff. Oh, this warp on Flipheal side. I don't think I've ever taken this one. Where does this even go? Okay. See, there's that knowledge again. We're gonna see what the mushroom has. I've been curious this whole time. That lady is just stirring that mushroom potion up. Just going at it. Oh, is that our first supers? All right. It's gonna be it's gonna be like the one of 3 packs of supers in the whole seed. This just cause. Ooh, little fairy popping out there. Oh, all right. Well, there's some more supers. That's 2 of the 3 packs. And we do have some Super Metroid action on the right side of our screen. I love this spark, by the way. I try to do it on the inside of the door before going into the room, because that sets your height up pretty well to take that spark all the way across. Little dark room action in Eastern Palace here. These dark rooms aren't too bad for a SMZ3 beginner such as myself. Some of the other dungeons are a little less forgiving, but this one's not too bad. Early gauntlet, you love to see it. We've got a decent amount of energy for gauntlet. This isn't too concerning. By the way, shout out. I'm sorry. I'm again sorry if I'm butchering your name, but Nochibato doing tracking for us today. That's the real MVP. Making sure all of our items are kept up to date here. Flipheal still looking good on Gauntlet. I'm not sure if that power bomb was left enough. It probably was. Yeah, he got everything. But just taking it slow, taking it easy, dropping the power bomb, and then going back for after the second lava. It is better to be slow than to be dead. I don't know who said that, but whoever said it was correct. And I hear some Super Metroid music in our headphones, in our ears, and that means Tony T is on to Planet Zebes as well, following a little in the footsteps of Flipheal's journey. And decides to go straight for Gauntlet. No criteria power bombs check, or landing site power bombs as some call it. But we are making our way to the second best music in Super Metroid on Flipheal's side. Shall we well, I guess we're going to get to that music anyway. I was going to swap it real quick so we can enjoy the sultry sounds of Green Brinstar, but Tony T will be there very shortly. Oh, little plasma. Everybody likes little plasma. Let's see what we've got in the back of Burn Reserve. Super missiles. Not going to say no to that, especially this early in the game. Doesn't care about the 50 rupees. Let's see what we've got at the top here. A gravity suit. Remember, this is still all out of logic. Oh wait, no. This is not actually, right? Because Speed Booster got us over here. So, gravity suit, I believe, is still in logic. because we grabbed speed very early. Didn't need to mock ball through there to get it. Are we farming? Yeah, farming a little bit of power bombage here on Flipheal side. Not mad at it for sure. And one last check. Do a little fancy D-boost action. Getting this room right with the D-boosts is a thing of beauty, but it is not at all trivial to get it right. There's a lot of different methods on where you D-boost and what platforms you use and where you try to dodge the enemies. It's actually pretty versatile. Okay, we've got two pretty awesome beams to start us out here in Green Brinstar. So the combat action on bosses, if we can snag a little charge beam, is not going to be super difficult with a wave beam and a plasma. Flipheal not deciding not to visit the Decora today. Feels sad for the Decora, but maybe Tony T will oblige and say hello a little. Okay, so our flippers were in logic once we got Speed Booster. So the seed intended for us to go all the way down here, grab the flippers, to go all the way back to Link to the Past, to grab the morph, to come all the way back, but our runners are too good for that. So none of that tomfoolery, none of that hoodwinked action here tonight. Yes, and we do have the privilege of checking Waterway while we are in Big Pink. That is always one of the checks that can really haunt you in the back of your head as you skip by it, and then 2 hours later are trying to figure out where is the item that I need. And you're deep into Link to the Past and don't want to come all the way back here. So good to not have to mess around with that. We've got gravity and we've got speed, and it was a space jump for our troubles, which I think is a great reward for such things. Now, at the moment, it would appear that Flipheal has a slight lead over Tony T, but I mean, things are way too early to tell, but I don't remember how many exact checks each runner did in Link to the Past, and if there are any things that one runner did that the other still has yet to do. So I wouldn't call anybody in the lead, especially when it's this close. Spospo didn't have nothing for us, but when does he ever? We'll do a little wave gate. Let's see if Flipheal remembers he has wave beam, which yes, that is what happens. Flipheal said, "I do have wave beam." I am guilty of supering that gate with my wave beam plenty of times. Gotcha. Yeah, there was that landing site PB check as well, which wasn't a terrible amount of time, but still a thing. Flipheal grabbing the heart container, probably going to go back up to Retro Bryn. It's got 12 power bombs, enough to get in and out, and it's a great time to do all those checks. Take care of the hoppers here. Plasma making quick work. Nice little short charge to Speedball underneath the wall. Says, I don't care about your blueberry bombs. Just gonna bounce. Tony T with the old trusty diagonal firing spark out of this room. Gotta love it. Technically not faster than doing some well-timed ledge grabs there, but it is certainly flashier. And I don't know about you, but I got into Super Metroid speedrunning because of the flashiness. I stayed for everything else, but absolutely the flashy is what we're all here for. Let's be real. And that net, I don't know about. Wow, what is with these red 20 spot rupees all over the place? That if the seed had a logo, that's what it would be. They're everywhere. Sorry, what I was gonna say is, oh, Flipheal leaving the net. It's gotta be a sign of a top tier runner going, oh yeah, there's a net. I could catch fairies with that and maybe save myself from dying. Nah, I'm good. Because if I see that net, I need all the Link to the Past health I can get and fairies and bottles. So that is certainly a testament of your confidence as a runner, in my opinion. Oh, we're gonna get a little. Yeah, we've got the tools. We have the equipment to check climb supers. Let's see. Are we gonna get a deboost? Oh no, we're just gonna triple power bomb these little guys here. Forgot what they're called. I should probably know that. But 3 power bombs will do it. Oh, look at this! Look at this little snarky snarkpuss number 4 guy. Boyan, thank you. Appreciate that. That's why chat's here. We're, you know what? I'm here to give you a little color commentary. I'm here to guide you across, but you are here to save me from the knowledge gaps that I possess. So as a team, we will get this thing done and grace our runners with the well-deserved restream race that they have. That was a nice little jump aim down check that Tony T did. Is not going to check climb supers, oddly enough. Very interesting. Does decide to save some time by sparking up there, which again, the flashly, you gotta love it. But decides, nope, not gonna risk falling in the acid underneath those boyons. It can really get hairy really fast. You can die really quickly if you're not comfortable. So I don't fault anyone for deciding not to do that on 1.5 plus reserve tanks. And it's it's you have to. I mean, I know you have space jump, but it's a potential to die. And if you're not comfortable with it, and you decide not to do it, and you don't die, hey, you just saved yourself a death. Oh, or he has 0 power bombs, like everybody just pointed out. Could be that as well. It could be the first thing I said, but also maybe the 0 power bombs, perhaps. I guess. We got an ice beam? I wasn't even paying attention. What was that, a BT or something? No, we'd have seen a BT fight. I guess probably 230. Oh, old man. Oh yeah, he just went into to check that, because yes, they did the out of logic water checks over in Hylia, but did not do old man. Nice little save scum on Flipheal's side. Let's see. At this point, what did we go do? Wreck ship. Wreck ship is fully clearable. Makes sense to go check that out. Flipheal's deciding take a little refill. Makes sense. And And Tony T probably going to check BT as well. There's a ton of high fives we got going on here too. You know, you gotta love these opponents, you know, fighting each other, but also deciding to high five and show good sportsmanlike conduct. Tony already did BT. Yeah, he's just coming back because now we've got the bombs. We either have the bombs now or we've got the courage to do this check. Does not get the spark, but is going to do the checks. Just going to see a heart container, and it's probably going to bail. The deboost, by the way, for that room on the first bullion is pretty precise. It's not easy to do. Master Sword in West Ocean. Ooh, Pearl. Hello. So we have no Dark World access yet. We need a hammer and a glove or a mitt. Yes, there's our Master Sword. Or a lamp. How does that get you into Dark World? Through... Oh, through Ganon. That's not fun. No one wants to do that. Okay. Got about 4 in on that Doppler on Flipheal's side. So that should be 8 missiles so far. Nice little mid. Very close. Gets nipped by the right tentacle blob of Fantoon. Not very nice. And then follows up a not very nice with a slow pattern. Also not very nice. But should be good. 1 missile, 1 super. Finishes off the ghost with the most. The punk with the trunk. The boss that nobody seems to care for, Fantoon, is down. Not being nice on Tony's side either. So far, we'll see. Probably about 3 or 4 missiles on that one as well. So just about even with a attempt at an air Doppler. That was very gutsy move. I don't even think I've even attempted air Dopplers. Not that they're super crazy or anything, but they are very flashy. Tony definitely going for style here, at least in this first section of his run. Oh, was that a mitt? Was that some hands? Got hands on Flipheal's side, so very close to all of the Dark World checks. Deciding to take a little save here. I'm gonna go visit the spiky room of death. Again, better to save than to die. Absolutely. The moment you start disrespecting or not giving enough care to the spiking room of death is the moment it takes your existence. And we'll see. Flipheal looking for the door check fix there. Finds a heart container. Says no thank you. Don't need it. Don't want it. Save scumming proving fruitful today. And we'll see. We've got a couple items left in Wreck Ship. Very nice ballistics style strat. I'm not sure if that door was opened or not. I didn't see it open, but we didn't have audio, so I couldn't see if the door opened. Not really a huge deal. If it was, oh, nice little deboost through. These robots are very finicky on whether or not they have to be moving left while you are taking iframes in order for you to get through them. And we'll see if I'm totally wrong, which I am. The door was definitely opened. It was just weird. I didn't see it do the thing. Very nice. Oh, little magic powder. That is one of my favorite items for a noob obvious reason, I think. Did we check the left side there on I call them land, because they're sky missiles, and then there's the ones at the bottom on land, so I call them land missiles, but I don't know if we saw that. Okay, they checked it from below. Gotcha. Usually what happens. I just missed that in my brain. Flipheal gonna set up. Has got the 2 strikes already, looking for the turkey. See if he can bowl the 300. Is walking down the lane for some reason. I'm not sure if that's allowed. Tony T finding 10 arrows in Wreck Ship Reserve. Is going to definitely want to go get those. And behind 2 robots, we have a Spazzer. I'm not really sure why Flipheal's looking to collect. Oh, Flipheal didn't check the things. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you're already going back here for the one item, you know, anybody can make a case for not going to do the check, because you're already going to be here anyway, and it's just an extra little shine spark up. 10 arrows everywhere, folks. Yeah. The Spazer disrespect on Flipheal's side is real. Is legit. Spazer fans, look away. And naturally, making our way downtown, also known as Red Brinstar. Gonna go see what's up with Red Tower. We've got everything we need to comfortably check everything in Red Tower, including our X-ray. I enjoy Spazer a lot, but it's because I run a lot of different SM categories, and Spazer can be really awesome depending on what you're trying to do. Nothing so far in Red Tower, other than these ouches. find it pretty hilarious that the name of those little worm dudes are called ouches, and they hurt a lot for no reason. They're just little worms. Why do they hurt so much? All right, 3 checks down and 2 to go in the red tower. And at this point, runners are going to decide whether they want to go full clear Meridia, which is not generally seen as optimal or desired. Oh, hey, Vileplume's got to eat. Can't be mad at him. But yes, do we venture into the realm of Meridia? A lot of checks that are kind of out of the way there. Take a lot of time. Runner, depending on how they feel about how they're doing, which I would imagine both runners feel pretty comfortable with where they are at the moment. Considering what the seed has given us, it's not really any huge swings and if my opponent did this and I didn't do this, he or she or they are way ahead of me. It's not, we don't really have a lot of those events kind of at the moment, so I think our runners are feeling relatively comfortable. So I think at this point we probably do a lot of Meridia until we find Dark World access. Oh, Flipheal has shown a little fanciness of their own with the power bomb jump over the gap here in Spazer. I didn't even see what was in Spazer because I was just focused on the little jump there. It's not easy to do, especially with power bombage. Fire rod, yo, let's go. Talk about utility. Let's talk about your fire rods. Are we gonna get Tony T going for the jump off the crumble block there, but unable to get it. Not too much of a time loss. We're gonna go say what up to Kraid. Lonely Kraid off in its little corner. Heart piece. Nobody wants that today. Mini Kraid. Not even a thought. Tony T showing their intentions after going to Kraid and maybe the front of Upper Norfair. Deciding, yeah, all signs point to Meridia. That's where I'm gonna go. Very nice quick kill on Flipheal's side. Snags a non-colored crystal from Kraid. Oh, bottle. That's our first bottle. That is got our sick kid waiting over there for that. He's still sick, by the way. I don't know if you were. No, he's been sick for a long time. I'm not really sure when he's gonna get better. We should probably give him a bottle filled with medicine so that he can stop being sick. But I don't know. We'll see. The double quick kill. You gotta love it. You love to see it. Runners still just neck and neck. I know the little tempered sword. Yes, please. I know it is the seed's just kind of taking us along at the moment, but no one really giving an inch here. No real huge mistakes, no massive unfortunate decisions. Just really solid gameplay for both our runners. We're going to see if the seed decides to open this up a little bit, and give our runners a few more choices to chase and see how that goes. Last night, I think it was last night, Tony T ended up getting the last item needed for go mode just a little bit before Flipheal. And it can come down to that. And with a seed that's as linear-ish as it has been so far, we'll see if that is the case again. Flipheal decided to grab some missiles. Probably says a little bit about their thoughts on will I find charge or not. An extra pack here and there, definitely not gonna hurt. You're at 55. And we are back into Link to the Past. Gonna go get some old lost dude man, bro. Just sitting in a cave. I don't know where his family is, but he's just needs some help, man. 300 smackaroos. Oh, nice little D-boost. With plasma and speed, you could probably plow through them, but I applaud the fanciness again. Oh, we got old man, and he gave us his love with a heart container for rescuing him. Oh, you can get hit by those boulders and still have the super speed? Whoa, and with the bomb, I didn't know you could do that. Learning stuff, man. Half dude, half man, half bro. That's exactly right. 3 halves, 1 and 1 half. Dude, man, bro. Oh, it's got a shovel. Hello. The item that it's funny. Shovel seems important, right? But you don't need it for the digging game. You need it for literally one item. But I feel like it feels important because lots of the time, I mean, not lots of the time, but often enough, a shovel ends up being a point of logic. I don't know if that is something that is designed in the code. I'd have to go look at it, but I don't know. Shovel is literally locks one item, but it ends up being more of a thing, I think, more often than I would expect in a game that has what, like 400 items. $316. Okay. I knew there were 100 in Super Metroid, and I just in my head it was 300 for Link to the Past, but that seems more. Look, and my comments are what's the word? Vilified? I don't even know if that they are confirmed, at least for this seed, because now we have a hammer that was shovel locked, and that gives us Dark World access. We got a glove, we got a hammer, we have Moon Pearl, and we're gonna not give the kid any medicine. We're just gonna. Oh, hello, Bombos. And yeah, At this point, I think Flipheal just goes straight up to Dark World from Kakariko. Checks out everything Kakariko Dark version has to offer. Probably goes, I mean, depending on what crystals look like and such. Someone's making a remark about the way I said hammer with no R at the end, hammer. I do tend to drop into accents from time to time. If you end up finding me on commentary from here, you know, sometimes you've got to have a hammer, or I don't know, maybe if you're from Ireland or Scotland, might have a hammer too. You know, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna leave that there, and we're gonna carry on with our race here, which is doing what I was speculating might be done. We've got our divergence. We've got Tony T going into the depths of Meridia, and Flipheal finding that Dark World access. I think definitely makes total sense. More red rupees, guys, gals, people, everyone. What is with the red rupees? Isn't there like blue ones and green ones too? As items? I found them myself. I know they're there. It's just all red all day. My favorite color is red, so I mean, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it just seems very. I've never seen it before. All right. So that hammer was in was shovel lock. So I think Flipheal's definitely in a little bit of a better position to be able to check all of the Dark World items. It's a lot more checks than Tony is going to be able to check in Meridia. So probably doesn't mean they're necessarily making the right decision, because we won't find that out until we figure out what items are in each portion. But as far as like sheer quantity of items goes, Dark World is more lucrative than Meridia. So we'll see how this plays out. But it makes sense. You're given gravity and everything to clear Meridia, so why not go do it while you're here? Yeah, that Mothula, I didn't even have time to talk about it because it was there and then it was gone. I dislike most of the bosses in Link to the Past because I'm still trying to get good at them. There's some that I'm finally starting to get into a rhythm with, but some bosses I just no me gusta. So is that Skull Woods is down? I didn't even see. What was it? A crystal? Let's see what Aqueduct has. Another 300 rupees. And nothing. A little sand pit check here. There is the big key. A nice little warp. I get a little bomb jump here. Oh! Tony T, finding a hook shot in left sandpit, decides to reset. I imagine that is because it's gonna go do Dragon first. Oh no, wants to check the other sandpit first. Get the information and then maybe go do Dragon. and then on the way out, snag hookshot. Little 5 bomb capacity there and a heart piece. Okay. Don't care about that. I'm gonna go check out. I believe if it were me, I'd go do the rest of Meridia. Or I'd go to Dragon. Go do bot wound, go check the other stuff, go to Dragon, and then on the way back. The only thing you're gonna potentially orphan is Shack Tool and Plasma. But with, I don't know, is Hookshot enough for you to say I can go do, because 20T still doesn't have Hammer. So is Hookshot enough to get Tony T out of Super Metroid and back to Link to the Past without checking Plasma or Shack Tool or Spring Ball? We shall see. Alright, and we are into Thieves' Town. Thieves' Town's probably the first dungeon I learned to do well enough to be okay at it. It's funny that everybody kind of has their different routes. And Precious Room as a mirror. Oh boy. We got Hookshot and Mirror in Meridia. That is a little, I'm not going to say table turny, but that's definitely evening the odds a little bit here, depending on. I'm trying to think here, like, you know, Mirror gives us Swamp Palace, obviously, and some potential other things that could be locked behind it, dungeon-wise and item-wise. Yeah, Mirror's pretty big. Hookshot's good, and come on, Dragon, just die, bro. What's your problem, dog? Yeah, it's gotta be like, okay, there we go. Got like 3 sparks to the face and like 9 missiles, and still ain't swooping around. Wow, Dragon has Dragon. Is this even randomized? Sorry, had to say it. I feel like every randomizer somebody says, "Is this even randomized?" Like tradition. Thanks for the raid and the good luck. Zelgadison. I apologize for butchering your name, but I had to try. Zelgadison. I don't know. That's the last time I'm gonna try. Thank you for hopping in for the raid and for the good luck. If you're just joining us, this is a Game 2 match between tonytyoung and Flipheal. Tony very narrowly won match 1, and this is a best of 3. So if Tony T can pull out this win tonight, that will be the end of the best of 3. As far as who is in the lead, it is still really, too difficult to say. Flipheal has gotten Dark World access and is making big use of the Dark World access right now. Has done Skullwoods and is obviously doing Thieves' Town at the moment, so we'll have 2 dungeons under the belt. However, Tony T, who followed their gravity suit into the depths of Meridia that Flipheal did not, has found the Hookshot and the Mirror that are in Meridia. And so while they still do not have Dark World access and doing all the beneficial Link to the Past stuff, Tony T still has some pretty good finds through Meridia. So we'll see how this potentially evens out the progression here. I was asking before whether or not the hookshot and the items that Tony T found in Meridia would dissuade them from doing the plasma and spring ball checks, because they are fairly out of the way. And at this point, Tony T has a lot of Link to the Past that they can do. Now, this is 2 items, and it's probably about 10 minutes worth of work to go check Plasma and go check Spring Ball. But it does look like we are at least getting a Plasma check from Tony T. Says, hey, Meridia hasn't failed me so far. I found 2 pretty good items. Why not do the rest? And I don't fault them for doing that. I feel like in SMZ3, leaving items behind, because sometimes it's so long to go back and get them, can really be a bummer. Let's Hype Cave. Oh, Spring Ball, Heart Piece, Missile, Spring Ball, Heart Piece, Missile. All right, so it's not really a Hype Cave. It's more like just like a high cave, just like a cave. Nothing super cool. Spring Ball is pretty cool, but take it or leave it. So we've done our plasma check. Are we looking to... Oh, we're taking the back door, I think, is what Tony T is doing, which gets us into Dark World, over by what would be Lake Hylia, whatever it is in Dark World. Which is pretty cool. Probably had this in mind to begin with. It says I can get to Dark World from here, so I may as well full clear Meridia and then just go to Dark World that way. Hammer is still a pretty big find, so I'm going to want to go chase the shovel sooner than later. I think the sooner that Tony can do that, the sooner we can keep this race as close as it's been. But for now, is able to enter into Dark World, which is good. Flipheal going to do a little pyramid check, and then probably do good old catfish. And oh, a little grapple beam. Yeah, I'd never say no to grapple. Especially if you have to do suitless Norfair, suitless lower Norfair. Grapple is your friend. Oh, little high five again from our runners. Good sportsmanship. Looks like we're gonna get a what is this? King's Tomb? And I don't even know if that's right. These 2 checks here. Hope I got one of them right. King's Tomb Graveyard Ledge. That's the one I was looking for. All right, hey, I got 1 out of 2. 50%. It's not too bad. Have we done back of high roll yet? Because we got the mitt like Flipheal did. Okay. Well, Tony T might do that while they're here, although I don't know. It's kind of a pain in the butt to have to no, because you're in Dark World. You don't really have a way to get back easily. They don't have the hammer yet, so that wouldn't make any sense. Just keep going around. Do the whole circle. Go to Kakariko. Do the whole shebang. Yeah, and now we've got the backwards routing of tonytyoung in Flipheal's future. Gonna go see what up to Dragon. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so at this point, a lot of our runners are just combing back over the footsteps of each other. This is kind of where the mind games start to come into play a little bit, I think. You know, Flipheal finding that mirror. If any of these like when Tony T finds the hammer, right? The question of, oh man, if my opponent went this way, did this thing, how far ahead are they? Or how far ahead could I be? I think it's important to note the mind game of races and competitions like this because it really does come into play. It can make you make decisions that you wouldn't normally make. Also to note, because of that grapple, although we didn't get the quick grab here from Flipheal's side, but because of that grapple, theoretically Flipheal could have a quicker kill on Dragon here. Although Dragon not being super friendly with the slaps. Probably quicker by a little bit. You never say no to grapple. You also never say no to X-ray. I know that's probably a hot topic, but the microwave is strong with this one. Ooh, the mummy's just not playing around today. I fed him when we got home. Just saying I fed him when we got home. Sorry, I had to talk to my wife about my crazy cat that is just always asking for food. Constantly. Even when he has food on the counter, he still asks for food. All right. Yeah, he's also like senile a little bit, but that doesn't mean he's not smart. All right. Nice little short charge, aqueduct. Not picking up the red rupee there. Very interesting decision. The seed is obviously meant to pick up all the red rupees in order to win. So we'll see if that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Is this the back of... Okay. Yes, this is the back of Hyrule. Memory serves, there wasn't much back here. Flipheal finding the hook shot. Tony T going for Dark Cross, I believe. I don't know if we've seen Dark Cross yet. Oh, no, that's definitely not what's happening. Oh, it's coming back for the... okay. That's cool. I don't know, I guess I didn't think about the ability to do that. I always thought, like, if I go check the back of Hyrule, that's probably just a save and quit, which would make it so I couldn't get back into Dark World. But, yeah, no, that makes perfect, cool sense. All right. Oh. Thwarted with the trajectory of the bomb throw. Here's our Bombos grab from Tony T. Kid's just got a bunch of bombs under his blanket. Maybe need to call CPS about that. I don't know. Also, where's his mom? Like, it's a kid. Ain't nobody checking on him. So after Tony T clears Thieves Town, as far as crystals and boss completion goes, should be square for both our runners. So I guess the question is, what are we looking, or what else can we do from here? Logically, we've got Fire Rod, although that's, as I'm told, not logically a thing for anything that has a dark room in SMZ3. So you still need lamp. Oh, got a digging game. I haven't seen this yet. Oh, we finally got a blue rupee. I think that's wrong. Is that a bug? It's supposed to be red. Oh well. So, Tower of Hera. Double shield? Flipheal gets 2 shield? Is that because it rhymes? Alright, here finally is Tony T's adventures for Le Hammer. Really making use of this this mirror. Probably the more optimal way of doing this, potentially, with all these mirror checks, but we'll see. We'll see where these players converge and where this starts to become a little more clearer. Is Flipheal doing is going to visit the Shaktulian. Looks like we've got a Shaktulian visit. Preceded by the mini-boss, one tile gap mini-boss. I don't recall if we solved this check or not. Oh, he hates shields. How could you hate shields? I mean, I understand not necessarily needing all of them or something, but hate? That's a strong word. All right. What do we have? Spring Ball is a bottle. What about this here set of 7 chests? Let's check this out. Bum, bum. There's the Varia. All right, I've got some decisions to make. Do you... The answer is probably no, but do you do Hera if you're Tony T? Do Hera, and then go to Upper Norfair through the portal, go do Lower Norfair, and then head over to Meyer through the Lower Norfair portal. Well, that's, no, is that in it? Yeah, I don't know, something like that. I'm not great at routing, so don't take my advice, but I'm just trying to figure out what I would do. Ooh, Titan's Mitt. Hello. Oh boy. It is, depending, I don't know, I might be wrong. Things are potentially starting to sway. I'm starting to think that the choice to go to Meridia first was a good one because of that mirror. That mirror really allowed Tony T to get a ton of stuff just doing this like marathon run, this, you know, circle around Zelda and just collect a ton of stuff. Nice. Moldorm not taking anything. Says, I know you think that I'm just this like dinky boss, but I still give you some attitude every now and then. Don't get it twisted. You should still fear me every now and then. Bows on floating island? Okay. Alright. Can we get to Hookshot Cave? Yes, we can. Yeah, portal for my area is yeah, it's past the energy refill after Golden Chorizo. I would say GT because that's what GT means to me, but GT means Ganon's Tower to a lot of other people. Tony D should be able to snag bow here. We'll see what Turtle Rock is as far as the pendant goes, and it is Bombos. So we just have Meyer left. Flipheal gonna snag the, well, a couple fairies first, then going to snag the mitt, and then hopefully the various suit soon. Tony T saying, might as well do Turtle Rock now. Got everything I need. So, fun, not really fun, fact, the whole quick swap thing, I didn't know it was like a setting you had to turn on when I started playing in this tournament. I thought I just didn't know what combination of buttons I needed to press, but then somebody was like, yeah, you gotta turn that on. I was like, oh, that makes a whole lot more sense. But I still never ended up turning it on for any of my matches. But I'm very curious on average how much time that saves you. I guess if you're a good runner, it saves you a ton of time. But I found that I was wasting more time in a lot of situations because I didn't know how many clicks of R or L it would take me to get to the item I needed, and a lot of the time it was just faster for me to press pause and get to the item than it was to try and use the... This strat right here is super cool. I had just seen it very recently on 22's side with the double Samaria block there. Couple minutes. Yeah, I guess that makes some sense. And here's Flipheal snagging the bow. Oh, Flipheal getting trolled by the blue floaty squid octopus man guy. Electric eel face. I mean, we're pretty much, if you are a adept Link to the Past player in Go mode, but for me, I would still be looking for the freaking lamp. I did not know you could jump down from the floating island like that. I mean, let me know. I'll make a list of things, and you know, we'll put them to a vote. Oh, never say no to high jump boots. Hey, there's the charge beam we don't need anymore. Fashionably late, as always. This is a really good. This is a really good. Oh wait, did Tony T do? I guess Tony T didn't do all of Thieves Town yet. Yo, going through. Yo, going through this room. Without some sort of lampage. I mean, I guess once you know, you know. I've just never attempted doing that. Yeah. It as I'm thinking about it, I could see it being not as hard. It looks hard, but once you understand what to do, I get it. Get wrecked, Red Lobster. But if Flipheal gets, oh my god. Okay, what are these guys? These freaking, like, Poindexter, all up in your nose, like, stuck up rock face dudes. They are the most annoying things in both Super Metroid and Zelda. Hands down. I don't know how many enemies combined there are, but those are the worst things. This should be a decently easy fight on Tony T's side. Got a nice tempered sword. Got a bajillion hearts. Ain't no thing. Dead Rocks. They deserve a worse name than Dead Rocks. Whoa. Wait. What? What just happened? Can you hit the rock slinky lizard in the face and actually do damage to him? I thought it was just the center part. I did not know you could hit rock slinky lizard in the face. Or maybe it was like a glitch or something that I don't know about. Oh, you gotta be quick with it. Okay. Noted. Ba-ba-ba. I will try that again next time. Oh, Tony T making use of the blowhorn to get past them blocks. Yeah, I mean, booking it to LN makes sense anyway from a Metroid completion standpoint. But you also get that knowledge for sure. 22 grabbing the bow. Question is, will we find the flute? Oh, a little spike cave? No, no spike cave. I guess at this point, don't really need to look for a whole lot. And here we go. Which Flipheal snagging the Jordans, the Jordan 1s. Which dungeons are medallion or pendants? Okay. Oh, I guess it's right there on the tracker. Man, tracking this SMZ3 is a ton. It's a lot more involved than just one or the other. Again, shoutouts to our fearless tracker, Nochibato. It sounds very like samurai-ish to me. I apologize if that was not the intent. Little green gate glitch, second try. Seems good, man. Feels Samus, man. Okay. Alright, cool. Well, I will forever say it with the like samurai bass voice. Alright. Not checking anything, just going to... That was a sick move by Flipheal to get the double... I don't know what you call those colored flippers. The double colored flipper hit with the one Samaria block. Oh, hello, bombs. The one SMZ3 race I did when I had to crystal flash clip into Dragon or into Botwoon, but I did the old trusty bomb method. I didn't have to suitless crystal flash clip. Everybody's saying we've got go mode because we got Bombos Template in Misery Mire. For me, it would still be I need some lampage, but I feel like if I want to get a little bit of a step up in this game, I would just like grind out dark rooms so that. I mean, even with the fire rod, like knowing where all of the torches are and such, seems like a beneficial thing to do. Got a ice palace and a desert palace. Two different palaces, two different screens. The silver arrow shot. Very nice. Finally gets the last two. Little icebreaker action on Flipheal's side. And that is pendant number 3 for Tony T. So about one pendant up on Tony T's side. Still a lot of dungeons to go. Still a lot of things to be had. As far as items go, how many benefits we have here, really, that might give either runner some sort of not advantage, but just boost to their routes. I really only see maybe screw attack helping through lower Norfair, depending on where that is. But really not a ton else. I think at this point, it's just heads down, boss rush, go, go, go as fast as you can. Oh, that's true. We do have, yeah, flute. And I forgot where Ice Beam is, but the general consensus is that Ice Beam is out of the way and Tony T is not going to get it. So that does cost a little bit of time in Torian. As far as how much time we're talking about, it is I don't know, it's probably solid minute or two, I think. I mean, three power bombs times 4. It's probably maybe more than that, but I can't imagine it's more than like 3 minutes in Torian. Is there enough room in vanilla to get speed for Zeb skip? Like, is there enough room to short charge to get the speed Zeb skip? Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's about the same room you have for fast pillars in Lower Norfair. But for me, it feels a little bit different because I don't know why. This is totally a theory. But if you're doing the speed Zeb skip, when you enter into the next room, it feels like there's extra wait time before you're given control of Samus, or there's extra lag. And so I have to wait a couple of milliseconds after the room loads to press down. It's a little bit funky, but totally doable. Speaking of fast pillars, you gotta love it. Oh, worst room showing a little bit of its name here on Tony T's side. You take it for granted sometimes because you walk in here with screw attack and space jump or full beam combo and you're like, ah, this room is easy. But every now and then it reminds you that it's not. reminds you of its name. Oh, I'm glad Tony did not fall down. That room, getting hit with that particular enemy sometimes makes you fall all the way back down. But no worries. Flipheal heading down to Lower Norfair as well. And soon we will see the infamous. Which one to bet Flute is at Power Bombs of Shame that no one will ever find. Unless they're just looking for an E-tank or something. Or a refill. The power flutes of shame. Yeah. Alright, Ridley. What kind of shenanigans have you have in store for us today? Already blocking shots with the tail. No matter. We've got 30 supers. True story. I named my son after this dragon. And he's 6 years old. And he is as furious as you would expect a child being named after this dragon would be. So it's probably my fault. Flipheal going? What is Flipheal looking for? So he's looking for a medallion, just in case. Okay. It's hard sometimes when you look at both screens and see all the items and then realize that not all the players know all the things. So I guess that makes sense. I suppose I'm not sure how much faster it would have been to save top of Lower Norfair, do the back end check, just run into that room, and then reset if you wanted to. Probably not a ton, but a little bit faster. Overall, Siege not super trolly. I know it kind of hid Morph. It had you do this like zigzag back and forth for Morph. Runners obviously hop, skip, and a jump the logic to not have to do that. But afterward, not super crazy. Tony T checking the bag here, just because of like a why not. Oh, it's probably looking for an E-tank. Doesn't want to mess with these musketeers here. Larry, Curly, and Mo. But it's safely out. At this point, I think Tony's got everything. Metroid-wise. Does not have the ability to enter into Mother Brain yet. Nice triple kill on Flipheal's side. Triple silver. About the quickest you can make that fight. Snagging some potions. I imagine... Just cause. I was gonna say for the potion thing in pod, the potion glitch, but you've got the bow, you've got everything. So maybe just cause. Oh. Okay. I was like, is Tony gonna grab Ice Beam? But no. Just looking for an Ice Palace. It wouldn't make any sense. It was just a thought. So we've got Mire on one side, Ice Palace on the other. I feel like these runners were doing the exact same thing and opposite. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pendants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I see. Crate is just marked as a question mark. So, oh, that's what was that? Like a hover attempt across the way there? I totally missed it. Yeah, tracking software is great, but sometimes it does what it wants to. Oh, looks like it just fixed itself. Yeah, this one's a little scary for me. What Flipheal's doing here. With all of those freaking things shooting at the whole time. Like when I have lamp, trying to do that sucks. Let alone trying to do that without sight. Alright. I believe you. Tony T almost out of very quick Ice Palace. And Flipheal rounding the end of Misery Mire. I found the fun strat, whatever super 1000 eyeball baby man dude, of like using the boots and the sword and the cape to just like put the cape on and like run back and forth with the sword through all of the eyes. That's a fun way to beat that boss. Master Eyeballs. You know, I'm gonna call that boss Android. Not Android, Andross. You know, like Star Fox 64, where you beat Andross and then he just turns into a brain and shoots like eyeballs after you with the electricity. Yeah. Which is fitting because there's Star Fox music at the end of this, the credits for this game. So, do we have nice intermediate strat there for Flipheal? Very well done. Very fast strat through worst room in the game. Consistent. All right, we have a Ganon's Tower. Are we doing the guessing game thing? Is that what we do here? What treasure chest is the big key going to be in? I know that was a thing a long time ago, but all right, we've got some guesses here. I'll put my guess into. I'm gonna go lucky 13. That's 1, 2. Are we gonna do tile room? Nah, we ain't doing no tile room. Need a break. Ain't nobody got tiles for that. Just pretend I didn't say that. It's okay. No, you know what? You gotta embrace the punniness of puns. All right, this is what, 3 and 4. Hey, thanks for the book. 5, 6. Got any more of them tiles? Is that like a Dave Chappelle reference? If it is, I'm into it. Oh, wait. Big key on the thing? That's not technically a chest. Did we just all lose? What just happened? I guess that's technically a chest. Alright. Who said 7? Rich. You the closest. We're giving it... Oh, but if we're going Price is Right, though, I'm gonna have to give it to Viddy. Because it's without going over. I don't know. We'll talk about it. So we got 1, 2, 3. Do we have all 4 Super Metroid boss can go to Mother Brain capabilities? Okay, all right. It's the Eastern Palace. Power bomb isn't quite high enough, fortunately. Very nice. Oh, DPR. No, not DPRK. Sorry, I've been practicing DPRK. North Korea % for the relay race. No, very nice. PKRD strat by Flipheal. New round Little D-boost and speedball through Wasteland. Approaching the 2-hour mark, we may have a potential G in chat for tonytyoung. Flipheal working hard on the heels of their opponent to make up as much time as possible. We're going to see how close this is. I feel like at the moment, Tony T has got a noticeable lead. By how much, we are not sure. Tony T looking for maybe some, I don't know. A little refill on something, oh, it's got a refill on magic now. Is that thing always a full magic? Whoa, you can charge through. Oh, Moldorm giving the business to Tony T twice in one go. I think it was Tony T last time they got knocked off. Moldorm not taking nothing from nobody today. I didn't know you could dash through Moldorm like that. That's wicked. All right. How many balls of energy can you hit back at one time? The double. Gotta love it. Oh. Well done. And now the pig bat. The pig bat. The big pat. Flies away. Flipheal also going right in Ganon's tower. Hopefully goes left to find the big key. Unfortunately, it does not. Okay. Okay, Ganon. Got you, dog. He's a sting lover, for sure. It's the guy in Desert Palace, like the cave that you bomb over there. Not in Desert Palace, but near Desert Palace. Does he always do the blind melon line, or because they've only read it like one time, but it says all I can say is that my life is pretty plain. Either way, whoever wrote this stuff, Total or whomever, I love all of it. Well done. Oh no, silvers. Whoa, nice, dude. Can you actually hit Ganon with 3 arrows? Is that possible? Yeah, they both went right first. If it had gone left, big key would have been right there. All right. So Tony T needs Eastern. And this routing's pretty good. It's going to be there in no time. Does Flipheal have everything? That he needs to do Ganon's Tower and then straight to Mother Brain. Oh boy. This is closer than I thought. Unless I'm just mistaken and I have no concept of time in the SMZ3 stuff, because everybody else is a lot better than me in this chat than that, but I mean, I imagine Eastern is going to take a little bit less time than the rest of Ganon's Tower, but it can't be by much. Oh boy, strap in, folks. We may have a barn burner on our hands. As it comes down, execution and knowledge are going to be what determines the closeness of this match. I don't know, if you call the fire brigade, like, you know, some men just want to watch the world burn, as Alfred has taught us. No one really willing to to let up anything here. No matter what screen I'm looking at, it's just like time save after cool, really good Moldorm kill on that. Gonna save a little bit of time over Tony. Unfortunately, took the fall on that one, but all right. So we've got at 2. I'm gonna say on ship 2:02:12 is when. Yeah, I mean, there's still the fire. Okay, so we're talking about a couple of minutes here. Still a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Oh, with the blue balls, bro, come on. Yeah, take that double. Get your big bat out of my face. All right, here's the question though. Who's gonna get blue bomber coming out of the escape? Because I think that saves like several minutes, at least. Pretty sure. You know, it's funny. I had this idea for a tournament, and please, anybody you want to steal this, feel free, because I would just like to see it happen. But in that ridiculous scenario, we're doing a fun, cool strat that in normal times only saves frames or seconds. Actually ends up saving you a ton of time because you performed it in the run. It's like a swag tournament where you in your run can decide to go for certain strats that might not actually be the fastest to do, but they're the flashiest to do. And so, depending on what strat you get, it subtracts time from your final time. And then, so you can like pick and choose which strats you want to go for, or if you just want to go fast, or both, or whatever. I don't know. It might be a totally ridiculously dumb idea, but it's just an idea that I had. So I'm gonna put that into the ether and hope that it comes true one day. Yeah, ice isn't gonna. Unfortunately, I mean it's like a minute and some change. I mean it seems like a lot faster because going through the rooms, but in the amount of time that it takes to do. Oh, Tony almost had that. Unfortunately, I think if would have jumped a little higher in the door, I think would have been fine. But got a little snug hug from the baby Metroid, which is fine. Same as its mom. Gotta give a little snuggle. But is either gonna have to do a really interesting finish or take a little save and reset the game. You know, Tony T probably feels decently well about their run, but also having done that, probably now feels a little nervous. Not that it's a huge time loss or anything, but any there's your speed zeb skip answer. First try, very well done. We need our 9 missiles and 9 supers to show Mother Brain 1 who's boss. Alright. So we've got our 600 damage, I believe, beam combo here. So gonna be 30 shots. But we've mixed in a couple supers and going to make quick work of Mother Brain 2. No catch-up for me, please. Thank you. Damaging down to 3 tanks on the way to Mother Brain 3. Fun fact, jumping in the center of the wall like Tony T did does save a couple of frames if you can get Samus. Oh, baby skip attempt here from Flipheal, doing the old tried and true counterclockwise, and gets it. Very nice. Took a couple extra jumps there, but nailed it. But yeah, making it so Mother Brain doesn't have to move Samus around the room with the Mother Beam to eventually end up in the center of the wall. It takes a couple of extra frames for that to happen. And so if you just position Samus in the center there, if you care about 1 or 2 frames, that'll save you. Chat pointing out my math inconsistencies on beam damage. Was it right about the 30 shots though? This is 1800 damage is Mother Brain. Alright, I guess maybe I was just mistaken about the beam combination in my head. Either way, we have two mother brains on the screen. Let's give it up for these runners. Super close race, both in game 1 and game 2. I mean, things are not over until they are over. But we got Tony T coming out of the escape. Only has the exploding planet of Zebes, whatever you want to pronounce it, left between them and winning the best of 3 in this super hype matchup between these two awesome runners. Flipheal going for stand up, gonna save about 20 seconds, but if all goes well for Tony T, will not be enough to get the victory. So Tony T will take a 2-0 over Flipheal and will advance. Only Parlor left. All the nerves. Probably looks over the race time GG chat. And finishes GG with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 58 seconds, giving the overall victory to Tony T. Young. Well done. Well done, Flipheal. Very, very close. This is going to be a very, very close finish, just as the race 1 was also a very close finish. Has a good stand-up. Only a couple shots left. Tony T making it in. Flipheal starting the escape. And as things finish up and Tony T makes a way out of Planet Zebes and the credits start to roll on Tony T's screen, I believe we will have at least Tony T and Flipheal coming in for a couple of words to describe the journey across this seed and the one from last night and the overall tournament. We'll end up talking to them hopefully soon. I know Tony has joined us. We'll see what kind of words they have to say. My voice is going out just a little bit, but I will be here for the remainder. Either way, let's give GG's to both of our runners. Flipheal coming out. And there it is, finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 4 seconds. What a race. Some divergence, and really, I think the decision for this seed coming down to whether or not to follow the gravity suit into Meridia, kind of being a catalyst for a lot of things that occurred thereafter. But hopefully we can talk to our runners and see what they thought about it. We've got Tony in chat at the moment, is muted. Flipheal joining us just now, and Tony unmuting. So I will first say GG's to both of you. Super fun race, super close race. How is everybody feeling?
Well, first of all, GG's to Flipheal. I knew it was going to be close. I think maybe a year and a half ago, I would have said that I had an SM advantage, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Flipheal's really good now.
I did put in work for the tournament, yes, but yeah, GG's.
Yeah, Papa Shmo, I'm curious, like, how did the seed go from like the viewer perspective?
Yeah, so I think it was a bit like obviously you both got Morph Ball out of logic, which was expected. It just being in it locked behind flippers, but I think both of you were pretty neck and neck all the way up until the decision after getting gravity to either follow gravity into Meridia or what Flipheal did was follow shovel and snag hammer. And so that led Flipheal into Dark World. And so that's the part where you guys were neck and neck, kind of following the linear path of the seed until that point, and we couldn't really figure out which one was the more advantageous decision, because it looked like Flipheal's decision to go into Dark World got him more checks and more things and stuff like that, and it looked a little bit slower to go into Meridia, but it ended up kind of being the opposite because a mirror really played a part in you being able to pop around and kind of come out, I guess, in a little bit of a lead. So, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of back and forth. We couldn't really tell with the route divergence what was going to be when you guys came back together. Who was going to be as much of the lead or by how much? So it was really exciting.
Yeah, my big fear going through the Meridia portal was there wasn't really a lot in Dark World. So I was like, whenever you race someone, you always imagine like they're following the best case scenario. Where I think you do Meridia, you get the hook shot, you get the mirror, but then you don't take the portal. You get the shovel, or you get the hammer from shovel early somehow, and you take that to mountain. And that was just in the back of my mind the whole time. Like, what if the appeal skipped like all of Dark World? But it sounds like it was actually just completely the opposite.
Basically, what really messed me up was so I had the Dark World access, but two bad things about it was one, Thieves was only a one Thieves front, like 3 items were in the back. So I was like for 2 items I was probably gonna skip the back, but for 3 I felt like I had to do it. And then I did the rest of the minus pod, and the only other thing I got was Grapple and Burna from Thieves, and Burna led to nothing. So then when I was in Meridia, I figured maybe you went into Meridia early again. So I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't have Grapple, so maybe I do that. So I did Shack Tool. So basically the combination of Thieves, Spike Cave, and Shack Tool, I was like not feeling great. And then when Mirror just led to the rest of the Go Mode items like right next to each other, minus like the couple things I had like Hammer and Bombos, I'm like, I hope this isn't the Jet Seed.
Yeah,
and then it just was, and then I was just slightly behind some of those mid games.
Yeah, that Thieves Town Shack Tool, that sounds like it's almost at 3 minutes. That's probably the 3 minutes right there.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could have boiled a lot of things down. I mean, we were talking about Ice Beam at some point, and we were talking about a bunch of things that could have added up to about that much time. But it really, I mean, one of the things that I kept noting is that regardless of what decisions were made, which in a randomizer, you're only as good as the luck of the decisions that you make sometimes. You both were playing really well in both games, and not letting up one bit. I mean, if one of you had a bad set of rooms or a bad set of string of events or something as far as your movement or execution or knowledge goes, it could have totally swung the other way. And the fact that both of you were fighting at peaks pretty much the whole time, as far as I could tell anyway. I'm kind of a new SMZ3 runner, but as far as I could tell, you guys were knocking out of the park most of the time there, and it really showed and really kept for a really exciting time on both screens.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to watching this back. Man, that's crazy. I got 167 CR, you had a 181, and it was still like this close. Yeah, you're definitely. I was definitely afraid of this matchup.
For sure. Well, you are on your way to match up against well, we got MM2 and Raymond. I'm hoping I'm
Ramon,
mispronouncing
yeah,
that.
another two scary
Ramon.
names. So,
Yeah.
good luck taking this W. Got another
It,
mountain to climb coming up.
it doesn't get easier.
Well, good luck either way. So definitely be looking forward to that. Hopefully, I can do some. This is actually my first time commentating an SMZ3 race, so privileged to do it with both of you. I've seen your names all around the community, and was really awesome to be able to do one of these matches. So good luck for sure. Awesome time in the tournament, and yeah, any final thoughts you want to throw out before we wrap this thing up?
I guess just it's my way out of the tournament now. We haven't had an SMZ3 tournament in a long time, so I'm glad there was another one. And then looking forward to the next one. And GG's again. And thanks for the comms, restreams, and tracking. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, I'll echo that. Thanks for the comms, thanks for the backing and restream, and GG's again to Flipheal. And yeah, looking forward to the next match, and hopefully to see you at the next tournament too.
Awesome. Right on. Well, yeah, hopefully there are more SMZ3 tournaments for us to join in the future. It takes a lot of work, a lot of brain power, a lot of organization to make any tournament happen. So thanks to everyone involved. Shout outs again to Nochibatu for tracking and doing all of the hard work behind the scenes. And with that, I will have to obligatorily say, as you see on the screen with one Samus and one Triforce, we will see you all next mission. Have an awesome night.